All right, now to talk about here, let me bring up about some news on the Nanoscopic Drop, which is my wrestling review show. Um, the first video that I've done with that channel would be TLC's 2012. It's from the World Wrestling Entertainment WWE. From tables, ladders, and chairs. Um, I think I recall that pay per view which was on a good note. You guys can check of that further on my channel. And the reason why bringing up about Nanoscopic Drop was that I'll be making another video of it, which will be continuing that year of 2012 with the WWE, since that's how I started watching the WWE. You know, which would be the next pay-per-view called the Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble 2013, where there's gonna be a main event of CM Punk defending his title, his WWE Championship against The Rock, and I'm pretty excited about it since I just finished today. I just finished the SmackDown before the pay-per-view starts, so and that time it was with right now I just finished their main event, which at SmackDown, which was Big Show, Cody Rhodes, Big Show teaming up with the Rogue Scholars, which is Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow, facing Alberto Del Rio versus Alberto Del Rio teaming up with Team Hell No, which is Daniel Bryan and Kane. And it was a pretty good match. I honestly liked the stipulation that Booker T that picked up on during the beginning of the show, which he officially confirmed that this match will be disputed as a 6-man tag team elimination match, which I thought was great. I did not expect. I thought it was just gonna be a regular 6-man tag team match. But no, he added the elimination part, which was really great. I actually enjoyed the match. I wish that the finish was the finish was all right. I just thought it was gonna have more time for like Alberto Del Rio to in order to defeat Cody Rhodes. Since spoiler, of course, Alberto Del Rio and Cody were the last people who were the last persons to advance and finish up the match. So yeah, so I don't know. I actually don't know when will I be releasing officially on my official release dates of the Royal Rumble 2013 review. But I know I'll be watching it for sure, like tomorrow or maybe a little bit of today. It could be possible. It's possible. And so yeah, and about Ring of Honor, I wonder, because I've been actually missing a lot of episodes of Ring of Honor. If it's weekly show on the Fight TV, and I missed actually 2 pay-per-views, which I believe it was Best in the World, and I think Glory by Honor. Let me see. Let me search it up. Just want to make sure, because I know for sure I did miss 2 pay-per-views, which was kind of bad. I got to really catch up. All right, let me see. But you guys can watch my other pay-per-view with Final Battle, right? I think I did release a Final Battle. Did I, right? Final Battle and 19th anniversary. Let me go check. Okay, yeah. So the ones that I missed, oh wow, I didn't notice this. So I did miss the Best in the World pay-per-view. And Glory by so I was right with Glory by Honor. So there's a Glory by Honor, but this time it has 2 nights. So I missed already those night 1 and night 2 of Ring of Honor's Glory by Honor from this year. So I gotta really catch up on those. But man, it seems like I'm now more a lot of work, especially with those 2 nights and those pay-per-view of the last pay-per-view. Yeah, I try to catch up. because I just finished their 500 episode, which was Jonathan Gresham defending his Ring of Honor television title, no, his pure title against his teammate Jay Lethal. And then there was this other match that was really good. Honestly, it was honestly really good. I wonder. I think that's probably maybe. I think that match beats Gresham and versus Lethal. It was Briscoe versus Briscoe. So it was brother versus brother. And just a plain singles bout of Mark Briscoe facing his brother, Jay Briscoe. And that was pretty good. So I just passed their 500th episode on that one. What else? Anything else? I will try to provide some more Ring of Honor content, and for sure we'll be releasing the Royal Rumble 2013. What else? Anything movie wise? I am working on a review on 12 Angry Men. It's a very old movie. I think it's from the 40s. Could be wrong. 40s, 30s. And I just finished. I finished that movie a few months ago, and I won't be telling anything about my review on that one yet until of course my Scrutinize episode of that film. I will be giving that review. It's coming soon. Still don't know when its official release dates on that. But you guys can also look at well, you listen to my Office Space episode. That flick, Office Space from 1999. That comedy flick. You guys can see that review of mine on my channel maybe after this. And so yeah. So before mentioning that new announcement I was talking about, now I did talk about Nanoscopic Drop, the films for the Scrutinize. Did just talk about the earlier one, which is 12 Angry Men. About music, I did review Kylie Minogue's self-titled debut album, which I love that album. I love that album so much, and I've been really listening to a lot of Kylie Minogue's stuff. So I will try to continue that franchise of Kylie's work. LP by LP. I just finished her fourth. What was it? I think it was her fourth studio album of Kylie Minogue's. But this was like their last. I think this was her last partnership with these producers that she's been working with her in her early years of her music career. Which is Stock, Aitken, and Waterman, aka Saw. Let me see what was the fourth studio album. There you go. Let's Get To It. 1991. That's when it came out. Let's Get To It by Kylie Minogue. I just finished that album last week. So yeah, and that was my first listen. But yeah, I wonder when will I start reviewing her next stuff. Because I also don't want. It's not gonna be all just about Kylie. I gotta review other stuff, especially since I even own a CD collection. Yeah, that's right there. In my right corner. I've been wondering if I should really review those first, or just go on to the ones that I hadn't owned yet, and or go for that like kind of early release, like whenever that new album comes out, I just review it maybe the next day. Who knows? I could be wrong. I could be wrong for that for sure. All right, so I think I'm done with from that other stuff. Now I just want to talk about this big announcement. That will be about music, and I'll be providing this section of this music. This would be about a top 4 list. So people, there's YouTubers who have their own top 10 lists. of albums that came out this year, or bringing up like maybe from record labels or some artist work, like its whole catalog. And for my suggestion, to bring out my own piece of my top list, this would be called the Fascinating Four of Music. So now the Fascinating Four of Music brings up the top 4 albums that there's 2 versions of it. So there's one that would be for this year, of course, of 2021. And secondly, for the oldies, more of the old stuff, things that were release titles, albums, LPs, EPs, mixtapes, whatever format that they use. It will be those albums those works that came out way before 2011. So it has to be stuff that came out over more than 10 years. Whatever decade. And honestly, because during around, probably, I know for sure that release date when I'll be bringing up my Fascinating Four of Music, it's not only just gonna be just those 4, also just those 4. It will be there was also gonna be a list of honorable mentions, and because there was a lot of, because I love hearing a lot of talking about and thinking about what are some close contenders that were that were almost making up to the finals of the top 4 list. And I did bring out a list here. It's in my notebook. There's this list that I have. I always keep it. I've been doing this. Fascinating Four Music for around, I believe, 3 years. 3 or 2 years ago. And I wanted to show you guys, what were some of my releases that I've been listening to, on 2 sides from this year, from of course 2021's album releases and the classics and the oldies, the old ones, albums farther than 10 years ago. And so I just want to start from this list over here. I won't be telling anything on my reviews on these right now, because of course it'll soon come out. I believe maybe next year, maybe like in 5 months. Once it hits January, when it comes up to the next year, 2022, I will be releasing my top 4 and honorable mentions on both sides of 2021. This year and the oldies version. Okay, so these are already mixed up with all of the the oldies and the new one and the newly LPs, catalog, I guess. Works, whatever format that they use, mixtape, EP. All right, so the Fascinating Four of Music. To start off, what I've been listening to this year, and I won't be talking about my review on them today. I'll just be bringing up my list that that albums, whatever format I've been listening to. To start off, I start off with listening to Currency, the rapper. He's been a fan. He's been kind of a fan favorite rapper over in the 2010s. I did heard his name a lot back then too, because he's been really consistent, and just throws a lot of mixtapes out. That he released a lot of mixtape during the Dat Piff era, and and I've been a fan of the Dat Piff stuff with probably more than a year. I started choosing on how these mixtape are worth it, with downloading them, because they're because most of them are free, and I was very surprised that they were giving us this free mixtape that we can go download and listen to without data, without even internet. You just have it with you. You own it already. You own a copy of it, and you just listen to it wherever you go. And I actually even have some mixtapes, I believe. Here, let me see of those mixtapes. I actually downloaded Danny Brown's mixtape, which was Triple X, XXX. During his time, way before he released his album Old and Atrocity Exhibition. I think what else? And then this other was it an EP? I think it was just a mixtape, which was Blarf. Some artist named Blarf. In his debut album, Cease and Deceased. Deceased. Okay. So to continue by my list of the fascinating for music. So I had Currency Jet Flies. I had Kraftwerk second album. No, not second album. I think this was the album right after The Man Machine, which is Radioactivity. Yellow Magic's Orchestra, Yellow self-titled debut. This is their first album, first LP. Incubus, Make Yourself album. I've been hearing a lot about this album in the 90s. Because they brought up a lot of that kind of, I believe, new metal stuff. So I wanted to try it out. And there's one of the singles that I really like from them. This one of the singles. And there's this other band. Okay, so in this other band, onto the fifth album on my list. The Resistance, Meet the Resistance. This is their first album. I remember listening to this album because I saw the cover of it, which was kind of like a parody of one of the Beatles album covers. I believe it was in their second or third album from the Beatles. Then next up, Malik Flavors and Madlib, Ugly Beauty. Now this one I want to try because I've never heard of it. I don't hear any Madlib fans. Madlib, the one of the famous hip hop producers of all time. They had never mentioned this album before, and I was thinking, well, let me try it out to see this kind of, I guess not hidden gem. I wouldn't say hidden gem right now, but it's very on the low ground of what people bring up to. It's basically dead. I don't hear people talk about it at all. It's just like it doesn't exist. It's like could be fake. So Madlib, Flavors, Madlib. Okay, and then I've also got to hear one of these DJs. I believe he's like one of these DJs, producer, named Peanut Butter Wolf. He had I think a compilation album which was called it's right here, Peanut Butter Breaks. So I got to listen to that. And Mobius. Okay, and for the next list, Mobius and Plank, Rasta Crod Pasta. So I really don't know what was that about. I think this was maybe during the time when I was in a search of crowd rock, and I was really invested with Kraftwerk's production. Let me see if I can search up what was their genre. Oh yeah, anyway. So I think so it was like part of these electronic trios. This is one of these this is this. So Mobius and Plank. Hopefully I'm saying this right. So these guys are a German electronic music duo, and I see that these guys were probably on my recommendation list on Spotify. When I was looking for a related artist. When I was looking for a related artist of Kraftwerk. Yeah, and this genre is crowd rock. So that's why, in experimental music and electronic music, that's why I wanted to get into that to their full length album because they said it was crowd rock. So I was trying to get into crowd rock. My leg. All right, and for the next one, The Brat, Functified, got into that. Method Man and Redman's Blackout. This is their first collaboration album. I've heard a lot about these guys. I heard of how they're really good as a duo, you know, and I wanted to try it out. So, you know. Next was Maya's second studio album, Kala. New Radicals. Maybe you've been brainwashed too. So that album, I remember listening to most of the album 2 years ago, and I've never finished it. I don't know why, but I've never finished it. And so, you know, this year I had to finish it because I remember revisiting this because I think somebody mentioned, you know, of course, one of their biggest hits. I think they're I think they would call the one hit wonder of this band. What was this? Man, I keep forgetting things like this. What was that song called? Oh wow, I feel brain dead right now. There you go. You get what you give. You get what you give. Okay, so skip. Okay, so going on from that, The Misfits, Walk Among Us. What else? And then Shame. This is now I'm mentioning this. This is the first album on my list that was released in 2021, this year, which is Shame. The band Shame with their album Drunk Tank Pink. And I'm going back to the oldies. D.I. There was this hip hop group that I've been hearing a lot lately since Big L is in this group. Called DITC, self debut album. I think that's what what that stands for would be digging in the crates, I believe. Good thing, yeah. I was digging in the crates. It's a hip hop group. So next up, on another list we have Helmet, their second studio album, which is Betty. And then Jay-Z's second album, which is In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Augustus Pablo's I'd Tell Dub. Ween Per Guava. And then right here, Steve Reich. I can't say his name. Steve Reich. Richard Maxfield. And Pauline Olive Rose. The album was called New Sounds in Electronic Music. Okay, and then here the Sugar Cubes, Life's Too Good, Kylie Minogue's Kylie, and then Kylie Minogue's Believe You Left Yourself. Am I right? Here, let me just revisit. Enjoy Yourself. There you go. From 1989. Enjoy Yourself. And then I went from her third album, Rhythm of Love, and their fourth album, which I mentioned previously, a few minutes ago, which is Let's Get to It. Here, what else? So onto this list, The Lonely Island's Incredibad. And then I believe this, and then this, I cannot pronounce this one too. I think it's called New, which these guys were from, what are those guys? These guys are like a German band called New, you know, with exclamation point with their, I went to go listen to their self-titled debut from 1972. And then I went from this other LP called Beauty on a Back Street by Daryl Hall and John Oates. And then what else? Flock of Seagulls, self-titled album. Godsmack's also, you know, self-titled album. Justin Timberlake's Justified. Talking Heads, Remain in Light. Arctic Monkeys, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. Weezer's Okay Human, that's a second album that it just released on 2021 that I've heard. CC Peniston, finally, 1,000 Foot Crutch Phenomenon, Madlib Sound Ancestors, Boogie Down Productions by All Means Necessary, Cows, Cunning Stunts, Tim McGraw, Tim McGraw. This is yeah, I think I'm saying it right. Tim McGraw. Yeah, Tim McGraw's self-titled debuted. Jershons Kingsley and First Moog Quordect Parkworm, the Bloodhound Gang, One Fierce Beer Coaster, Slow Ties Tyron, JPEG's Mafia's LP2 exclamation point. Ice-T's the Iceberg / Freedom of Speech, Just Watch What You Say, Foo Fighters Medicine at Midnight, Annie Lennox Medusa, Larry Hurt's Sceneries, wait, how you say Sceneries Not Songs Volume 1, Arrested Development's Singalamaduni, yeah, wow, that was the first try. Cabaret, now I'm saying this one wrong. Cabaret Voltaire mix up. See, the reason now I got now the reason see now for when I got that name is because I was searching up a particular art form of that I got into this year, which was called Dadaism. You know, but but I'll talk about that more later. That's, you know, and next time maybe do my own other research on that. You know, the Streets original pirate material, Pete Rock and Deda / Deda, the original Baby Pa, Robbie Williams Sing When You're Winning, Nelly Furtado's Loose, Kano's self debut album, not the rapper. I think this is like this is not the UK rapper Kano. This is somebody else. This is like, I think, a band. Kano's like a Italio disco music project. Like, yeah, from the 70s and 80s. The Freestyle Fellowship, To Whom It May Concern, Sheryl Crow's The Globe Sessions, Ahmed Jamal, Crystal, TLC's Ooh on the TLC Tip, and Crazy Sexy Cool. Alien Ant Farm Anthology, and this one, Pink Sufu, if I'm saying this rapper's name right, Pink Sufu and Fly Anakin's Smoke Break. Inspector Disc, and then this one from the Wu-Tang Clan, Inspector Deck, Uncontrolled Substance. I got that wrong. Mos Def's True Magic, The Guardians, Live, J Live, The Best Part, Brockhampton's Roadrunner, New Light, New Machine, Wu-Tang, The W, which I believe that's the third album. Yeah, that's the third album. Tyler the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost, Danny Dorham, Una Mas, Dean Blunt's Black Metal 2, You God, Golden Arms, Redemption, Conway the Machine, La Machina, Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud, The Plugs I Met Too, AC Alone, A Book of Human Language, High Text, High Technology, number 1, Danae Minogue's Girl, then DJ Muggs and Flea Lord Ramelzi. Then 3-6 Mafia's Chapter 2, World Domination, right? Yep, World Domination. And MC's 5's Kick Out the Jams. The Beatles for Sale. Sly and the Family Stone, Stand, The Mothers of Invention, Absolutely Free, KSI, All Over the Place, The Alchemist, Carry the Place, right? Oh no, the Carry the Fire. The Alchemist Carry the Fire, which is an EP, and then I added another one. Oh wait, and I believe I did like and I think I also listened to another Alchemist album, like solo, like the producers like solo stuff, not like with collaborations. Which one did I mention? Carry the Fire 2021. Well, I'm not gonna wait for you. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep saying the list while I'm looking up for what was the second album that I've heard, on the solo effort of Alchemist, the producer Alchemist. Okay, so to begin, so it's next McCoy Tanner trio with Roy Haynes and Henry Grimes, Reaching Forth. And then Vince Staples self-titled album. OC's Word Life. Jana, pronounced Jana. DJ Khaled's Khaled. The Mighty Boss Tones. Devil's Nights Out. Crumb, Ice Melt. Micah 9 and Profound. 9 Clouds. Ghostface Killer, Iron Man. Scarface and MF Doom, Super What. West Side Guns, Hitler Wears Herms, number 8. What else? Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. J. Cole's The Off Season. And R. Stevie Moore's Glad Music. Billy Taylor, One for Fun. Matt Comney, Pray for Haiti. Now this one is a compilation album, which is just called like various artists, because of course there's just a bunch of different bands all coming together in this one record. Punk 40, which is called Punk 45, Sick on You, One Way Spit, After the Love and Before the Revolution, Volume 3, Proto Punk, from 1969 through 1976. What else? will.i.am, Song About Girls, The Shags, Philosophy of the World, and this rapper named, what do you say it? Medhane, Emphasis of Morning, Arm & Hammer and the Alchemist, Haram, another compilation album, which is various artists, called Project Blow. This is their debut. This is their debut album. Young Morpheus, State of Precarity, and then this one, I believe is a Detroit rapper, J.U.S., God, Goku, Jay-Z, Peerborn, The Life of Peer 5, AC Alone and Abstract Rude, Who Framed the A-Team, DOS Effects, Dead Series. What else? I forgot. I think I did also. What else did I mention? KSI's All Over the Place. Can, Iggy. How do you say this one? Iggy. Bam Yazi. Then The Roots, Game Theory. Timbaland's Shock Value. Benny the Butcher, Pyrex, Picasso. Now this one is his EP. Nothing of a big studio album. I think that's all right from this list. Now I forgot to mention about this, about Alchemist, because it says here that there's a plus sign, so there it shows that I've also listened to another album from him, other than Carry the Fire. I'm trying to find it, but See, like here, let me show you guys the list. Let me show you the list that I have. See, like this is how it looks. See over here. It's pretty bright, right? You know, I can't even show you guys. Damn. All right. I don't think you guys can see, right? No. That's quite harsh. Here, let me change. Let me do something with this. Here. Yeah, I'll be right back. Let's see, you guys can see better. Nothing. It's not working. It's not working at all. It's not working at all. All right, here. Maybe I just take you guys. I'll take you. I'll just take a picture. I'll take a picture and you'll see how it goes. And you know, I'll take a picture and hopefully, if I give you everything that that I've shown you over here, this list. Cause every year I write this down. I write this down from 2018 through now. I still write a list of this, just to keep up what I've been listening to through my whole entire lifetime. As me as a fan of music. So yeah. Okay, so here, let me go back. Back from The Alchemist. Let's see. So I definitely not heard of his instrumental series, which is called Rapper's Best Friends, number 6. That was his latest one. Cause I can't remember. What else I was listening to. Rock Marciano EP. Oh, I know. So this one was about this thing of hours. There was this, and it came out this year. This was honestly one of my anticipated records to listen to in 2021, because I remember I follow him on Instagram, and he had this list, and he had this picture, teasing him about a project, and he was gonna, and he did, and he confirmed there was gonna be features of. Who was it gonna be? I remember there was this features that that was really into wanting to listen to this album as quick as I can. Like at midnight when it's released. And it was so he had features with Boldy James, Earl Sweatshirt, Maxo, Navy Blues, Pink's Foo, and Sideshow, I believe. Yes, Sideshow. And and coming to hear that record, I already finished it. And it was I finished that EP that he released. Quite small. It attached with a side of the beats and the rappers lines, and he attached, and then he added a side B with just the instrumentals. And so that's the list. Okay, so that's the list. So after I just finished, talking about this Alchemist one. I don't know if I should also release another list that I also have from the. For sure. You know what? Never mind. For sure, I will be releasing. I will be talking about my whole entire list from the Fascinating Four of music list from 2018 and through now. Why I just finished, this year. For now, this is the so far list. It's kind of crazy because honestly, this is just from let me see. This is just from 2-page. This is just a 2-page, and this is the lowest. This is the lowest entries that I've submitted on this list. I've listened to way more music from the last 2 years. 2020 was I think was honestly my biggest one, and 2019 was also I had a pretty large catalog, You know, not probably not as big as last year, but it's still way bigger than what I have here in my notebook. Yeah, so this was fun. This was fun. Talking about my stuff that I've been listening to from the stuff that I've been listening to from this year. And hopefully after I release this video, I get to release the Nanoscopic Drops, WWE Royal Rumble 2013, and Ring of Honor's titles too. And I forgot to mention, I was also watching Impact Wrestling's Emergence 2021. That's one of their latest Impact Wrestling specials. And I wonder if I'm gonna able to probably review it. I'm not, for that one, I know I'm kind of on a 50-50. There's a 50-50 chance if I should actually review it, or just wait until the next pay-per-view comes up. Because I've been seeing some spoilers, also not only from Impact but from AEW, and then it just won't sit well with me if I'm just gonna watch these matches even though I'm aware. I don't know. It's not it for this year. It's not it. I don't think it might not work like that. But yeah, I need to catch up AEW, Impact, and Ring of Honor. So that's my companies that I need to finish up by far. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching this video. This was pretty good. This was a pretty exciting video, especially since this is the first time you guys are watching me now. Honestly, actually watching me visually with my face, whatever that's going on here in the background. I'm really excited for this. Now you guys don't need to just turn off your phone or whatever, turn off or shut down your laptop just so you can listen to me or anything like that. Now you guys can actually just watch me and see me what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this. I never bought a camera like this, and it's from its quality is pretty. I think it's pretty good. For now it's a beginner. So thanks for watching it, guys, and hope I get to you guys. Hope I may have to release another video. Maybe next week, few weeks, I don't know. Who knows? And I also I'm gonna try to maybe provide myself another an account for this channel, just for only this channel. So yeah. So have a good day, and Lux off to relaxation. There's the stop button.